Yesterday you were assigned journal page 198 to complete as we started to work with graphing our inequalities. So now that your task for number 1 today is to correct it, go ahead and use this video to help you correct your work. If there were any problems that you did not complete yesterday, this video can also help you complete them. So number 1 on page 198, the directions tell us to describe the situation set or the solution set for each inequality and then graph the solution for each inequality. So describing means tell what it would be. I like to start with the variable. So I'm taking a look at V. So V, it looks like, is on the greater than side. So I'm going to say V must be greater than 8. Or you could turn it around and say 8 is less than V. And then I take a look at 8. 8 is right here, and everything greater than 8, starting with 8 but not including it, would be any of these values. And it would continue on down the number line, so I make sure I put that arrow at the end. Letter B question, U is on the less than side of 8, so U must be less than 8. So I'm going to start again at 8, not include 8 because it has to be less than, and show the less than side. On to C, A is on the greater than side of -2, so anything that A is going to be equal to must be greater. Must be greater than -2. So I start at -2. Greater values go to the right. The word greater has the R in it, and that helps me remember to the right. And letter D, B must be on the greater than side, but it also has that equal to sign underneath. So B is greater than or equal to -2. So I'm going to start at -2. I know I have all the greater thans, so that's pretty easy to do. But since it has that equal to sign, I know that that also means including the 2. And that's why we shade it in to say you could also have 2, and it would work. Number 2 on your page 198, an inequality to represent the graph below. So I'm going to pick any letter I want. You could start with X. Now it looks like this is going to the right, and I know to the right means greater than. So X is going to be any value that is greater than, and it's starting at -3. Now if you're wondering, should we put the equal to sign underneath the greater than sign? Since the circle is open, it does not include the -3. For part B, X is going to be, it looks like it's going to the left or less than, and it starts at 4. But this one does have a closed circle. And when you have a closed circle, it means include the 4 also, because it's also equal to 4. Number 3, graph the solution. S must be equal to 5. So when we graph 5, it's only going to be 5. That will work, exactly 5. There's that equal to part. And B says you can't use a 5. T can't be 5 at all. So I'm going to have T be open because I know it doesn't include it. Anything will work that's greater as long as it's not 5. And anything will work also that's less than as long as it's not 5. Because T just cannot equal 5. And that's it for your correcting on page 198. Your journal page should be done and corrected now by the time you come back to class on Thursday.